Have you ever wondered how one wrestling show transformed from a desperate gamble into the biggest annual event in sports entertainment? Every year, millions of fans around the world wait for one weekend that changes careers, creates legends, and delivers unforgettable moments. But behind the bright lights, massive stadiums, and spectacular entrances lies a story that many WWE fans have never heard. This is the untold history of WrestleMania, a journey filled with risk, controversy, incredible success, and moments that changed professional wrestling forever. Welcome to Ring Insights, your home for the greatest stories in professional wrestling. If you love deep wrestling documentaries, hidden facts, legendary rivalries, and the complete history behind WWE's biggest moments, you're in the right place. Today, we're going inside WrestleMania to uncover the untold history of WWE's biggest event, from its risky beginning in 1985 to the global phenomenon it has become today. Back in the early 1980s, professional wrestling looked very different. Most promotions operated within their own territories, and each company stayed in its own region. Then came Vince McMahon with a vision that many believed was impossible. He wanted to take WWE, then known as the World Wrestling Federation, nationwide and eventually worldwide. It was a bold idea, but it came with enormous financial risks. Vince needed one event that could capture the attention of the entire world. That dream became WrestleMania. Creating the first WrestleMania was one of the biggest gambles in wrestling history. Vince invested millions of dollars, secured celebrities like Mr. T, Muhammad Ali, Cyndi Lauper, and Liberace, and relied on closed-circuit television because pay-per-view was still in its early stages. Many insiders believed that if WrestleMania failed, WWE could collapse financially. There was no backup plan. Everything depended on one night. On March 31st, 1985, Madison Square Garden hosted the very first WrestleMania. The main event featured Hulk Hogan and Mr. T against Roddy Piper and Paul Orndorff. The atmosphere was electric, and fans were witnessing something completely different from traditional wrestling shows. Celebrity involvement attracted mainstream attention, while WWE's larger-than-life presentation made wrestling feel like Hollywood entertainment. Against all expectations, WrestleMania was a massive success, saving WWE and proving that Vince McMahon's vision could work. After the success of WrestleMania Y, WWE knew they had created something special, but every year brought new challenges. WrestleMania 2 was held in 3 different cities on the same night, New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles. While the concept was ambitious, it created logistical problems and remains one of the most unique events in WrestleMania history. Then came WrestleMania 3 in 1987, a show that forever changed professional wrestling. Held inside the Pontiac Silverdome, it featured one of the most iconic matches ever. Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant became more than just a championship match. It became a cultural event. The unforgettable moment when Hogan body slammed the nearly 520-pound Andre remains one of wrestling's most legendary images. WWE announced an attendance of over 93,000 fans. And whether every number has been debated or not, the spectacle itself became legendary. As WrestleMania continued to grow, new legends emerged. The late 1980s introduced stars like Randy Savage, Ultimate Warrior, and The Undertaker. WrestleMania 7 saw the emotional battle between Hulk Hogan and Sergeant Slaughter during the Gulf War era. WrestleMania 8 gave fans the dream match between Hulk Hogan and Sid Justice, while Randy Savage faced Ric Flair in a deeply personal rivalry. In 1991, another chapter quietly began when a mysterious character called The Undertaker made his WrestleMania debut. Nobody could have imagined that this dark supernatural figure would go on to create the greatest winning streak in wrestling history. Year after year, opponents fell. Jimmy Snuka, Jake Roberts, Diesel, Kane, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, CM Punk, and many more all failed to end the streak. It became one of the biggest attractions in sports entertainment. The early 1990s also saw difficult times for WWE. Competition, scandals, and changing fan interests affected business. WrestleMania 9 received mixed reviews, while WrestleMania 10 leaned heavily on celebrity involvement, once again with NFL star Lawrence Taylor headlining against Bam Bam Bigelow. Although not every experiment succeeded, WrestleMania continued evolving. Everything changed with WrestleMania 14th in 1998. Stone Cold Steve Austin defeated Shawn Michaels to win the WWE Championship, marking the official beginning of the Attitude Era. This victory symbolized a changing of the guard. Austin became the face of WWE during its fierce battle with WCW in the Monday Night Wars. WrestleMania was no longer just WWE's biggest show. It had become the battlefield where the future of the company was decided. The Attitude Era delivered some of WrestleMania's most unforgettable moments. The Rock rose into superstardom. Triple H established himself as one of WWE's greatest performers. Mick Foley risked his body for unforgettable entertainment. Every WrestleMania felt unpredictable because fans genuinely didn't know what would happen next. Then came WrestleMania X7 in 2001, widely considered by many fans as the greatest WrestleMania of all time. The event featured TLC2, Shane McMahon versus Vince McMahon, The Undertaker versus Triple H, and the unforgettable main event between Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock. Austin shocking the world by aligning with Vince McMahon remains one of wrestling's most controversial endings. Soon after, WWE purchased WCW, ending the Monday Night Wars. WrestleMania now entered a completely new era with fewer competitors and bigger expectations than ever before. The Ruthless Aggression era introduced a new generation of superstars. Brock Lesnar defeated Kurt Angle in the main event of WrestleMania 13, despite suffering a frightening concussion after a failed shooting star press. John Cena captured his first WWE Championship at WrestleMania 21, beginning one of the most successful careers in WWE history. Batista also reached the top by defeating Triple H on the same night, creating two new franchise stars. During these years, WrestleMania became more than a wrestling event. Fans traveled from every continent. Entire cities benefited economically from the massive tourism generated by WrestleMania weekend. Hall of Fame ceremonies, fan conventions, autograph sessions, NXT events, and community activities transformed WrestleMania into a week-long celebration. Perhaps no performer became more connected to WrestleMania than Shawn Michaels. Known as Mr. WrestleMania, Michaels consistently delivered unforgettable performances. His matches against The Undertaker at WrestleMania 25 and 26 are still considered masterpieces. The emotional storytelling, incredible athleticism, and unforgettable drama elevated both men to legendary status. Then came one of the most shocking moments in WWE history. At WrestleMania 30, Brock Lesnar defeated The Undertaker, ending the streak at 21-1. The silence inside the arena after the referee counted 3 remains unforgettable. Fans stared at the giant screen in complete disbelief. Many thought it was a mistake. The streak, once believed to be unbreakable, had ended forever. As WWE entered the modern era, WrestleMania continued breaking records, stadiums became larger. Entrance stages became more elaborate. Pyrotechnics, drones, advanced lighting, and cinematic production turned every WrestleMania into a Hollywood-level spectacle. Women also transformed WrestleMania history. For decades, women's matches rarely received top billing. That changed at WrestleMania 35 when Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and Ronda Rousey made history by headlining WrestleMania. For the first time, Becky Lynch walked away holding both championships, proving that women's wrestling had become one of WWE's biggest attractions. Another unexpected chapter arrived in 2020. The COVID-19 pandemic forced WrestleMania 36 to take place without fans inside the Performance Center. While empty arenas felt strange, WWE introduced cinematic matches like the Boneyard match between The Undertaker and AJ Styles and the Firefly Funhouse match between John Cena and Bray Wyatt. These unique presentations showed WWE's ability to adapt during one of the most difficult periods in entertainment history. Once live crowds returned, WrestleMania became bigger than ever. WWE adopted the 2-night format, allowing more superstars to compete while giving each match additional time to shine. The change proved successful, with attendance records continuing to grow year after year. The Bloodline storyline brought another historic chapter. Roman Reigns dominated WWE for years as undisputed Universal Champion, turning WrestleMania into the stage for one of the longest-running championship reigns in modern history. Cody Rhodes' emotional journey to finish his story became one of the biggest narratives in recent WrestleMania history. Fans around the world invested emotionally in every chapter, proving that great storytelling remains the heart of WrestleMania. Beyond the matches, WrestleMania has produced countless unforgettable moments. Edge's miraculous return after retirement, Daniel Bryan's inspiring underdog victory at WrestleMania 30, Kofi Kingston achieving his dream in the emotional Kofi Mania movement, Seth Rollins cashing in the Money in the Bank contract during the WrestleMania 31 main event to create what many call the heist of the century. These are the moments that define generations of wrestling fans. Behind every spectacular entrance lies months of preparation. Massive stages are designed nearly a year in advance. Hundreds of crew members work around the clock building giant sets. Special effects teams coordinate fireworks and lighting. Costume designers prepare elaborate ring gear. Producers rehearse entrances repeatedly to ensure every second feels magical. While fans see only one night of entertainment, WrestleMania represents thousands of hours of planning by countless people behind the scenes. Financially, WrestleMania has become one of the biggest annual events in sports entertainment. It generates millions of dollars for host cities through tourism, hotels, restaurants, transportation, and local businesses. For WWE, it serves as the centerpiece of its entire calendar, attracting worldwide media coverage and millions of viewers across streaming platforms and television. Perhaps the greatest secret behind WrestleMania's success isn't the championships or even the legendary matches, it's emotion. Fans remember where they were when Hulk Hogan slammed Andre the Giant, when Stone Cold shook hands with Vince McMahon, when The Undertaker's streak ended, when Becky Lynch made history, or when Cody Rhodes finally finished his story. WrestleMania creates memories that stay with fans for a lifetime. More than 4 decades after its risky beginning, WrestleMania continues to evolve with every generation. New superstars rise, old legends return, records are broken, and history is rewritten. What started as one man's desperate gamble has become the biggest annual celebration in professional wrestling and one of the most recognizable entertainment events in the world. Thank you for watching this incredible journey through the untold history of WrestleMania. If you enjoyed this documentary, make sure to like the video, subscribe to Ring Insights, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next deep dive into the world of professional wrestling. Let us know in the comments which WrestleMania moment is your all-time favorite. And until next time, keep your passion for wrestling alive because every legend has a story. And here on Ring Insights, we're here to tell it.